Yeah, you know I'm fluky big, Mac, you're no good.
Welcome to another edition of the Coach's Corner, along with the head coach of the Penn Hills Indians, Ron Graham. I'm Bill Navari. Ron, we're in different digs today. We are at Mustang Stadium at Plum High School, where tomorrow night's matchup, the quarterfinal matchup against the Seneca Valley Indians, will be played. On the artificial surface, taking advantage of the Indian speed?
Well, I think it'll be an advantage for us, but as well as, both teams play on the same surface, and Seneca Valley has an excellent team, a quarterback that runs a lot, and a spread offense with accurate passing, accurate receivers running routes. So, it'll even this thing up.
One might think that you guys played your hearts out at the end of the season. You did what you needed to do to get second place in the conference with the victory over Woodland Hills last week to get that home playoff game, and it gets moved to Plum. But this is probably the closest road game that you play all year.
Yeah, it takes a little wind out of it. It would be nice to be at the, at our home field, but however, the conditions of the field just not going to allow it.
Well, I certainly hope that's something that Penn Hills considered, maybe getting turf up there in the future for our Indians. Let's talk about the big win last week at Woodland Hills. The headline in the paper was Penn Hills fakes its way into the playoffs, which on one hand, they were correct. Corey Jones, you give him the green light, away he went.
Yes. Well, you're right. The part of the game that we looked at, special teams, that Corey's an excellent athlete, that if they gave us certain formations and we just told him he can take it. The only time we pulled it off was towards the end of the game. So he had the green light most of the day to take off.
The one, he had the 50-yard run, the 73-yard run. Probably the most heart-stopping one, or the biggest one, was late in the game, punting from his own end zone. He takes off.
Yes.
You gave him the green light on that one as well, and he picked you up a big first down. He killed a lot of clock.
What happened is that, I would take it that Woodland Hills thought he was not going to do it, and they lined up their outside flank person to the inside, and he was able to outrun them to get the edge, I think about a 20-yard gain or so for a first down, which is crucial for us as far as field position, moving the ball where we didn't want them in our territory. And so, he's a playmaker, and the kids played well. He was picking up some blocks. It was a team effort. It wasn't just Corey taking off, and he's the one running the ball, but the kids on that gave us some crucial blocks, on all of those runs.
When you notice the style of punting that Corey does, and we saw it also last week with Pat Menifee of Woodland Hills, they have that rugby style kick where they start running and then they kick it. And is that designed in such a way that they run that in case they have a seam to go?
Exactly. If we come out, you get out there towards that hash, and if a team gets outflanked, he's just going to keep it. And most teams are doing that now, as well as it gets us a different perception on the blocks for people coming to block you. So you get away from the middle kind of concept of people coming after you. You can get to the edge and punt the ball to the hash and squeeze the field. That's another part of it, as far as trying to reduce those big returns on you.
That's been in the arsenal all season. We've seen it a few times.
Yes.
But with the publicity surrounding Corey Jones and his commitment to the University of Pittsburgh next year, and the headlines in the paper and the TV, and everybody's seeing that the two fake punts win the game. Now, are you kind of getting the inkling that teams are preparing more for Corey Jones and the fake punt as opposed to you actually kicking the ball, that you might start seeing 10-man fronts?
Well, and you're right. They may prepare for it. However, if we get the alignments that we're looking at, we still may try it.
On the second touchdown, Corey, he probably should have been brought down. The your line of scrimmage was a 27. He probably should have been brought down about the 30, 34-yard line, but was able to break some tackles.
Yes.
Got a great downfield block from Trey Reese that really sprung him.
He did.
And once he gets a little bit of a lane to go, he has such speed that you're not going to catch him.
No, but the thing is that you indicated, he can break tackles, and that's the other part of it, that they can put people out there, but you got to be a sure tackler with him. If you don't get him a good shot, wrap his legs up, he's not going down. He has excellent balance, and that's the other part of it. And that's something that, you can scheme us up all you want, but you got to get him down.
Now, we could stand here and talk about Corey Jones and what he did last week at Woodland Hills and the excitement of it because they're the big plays.
Right.
But yet, what the Indians' defense did the entire game against a very good Woodland Hills offense, to me, really was the story of that game, and the fact that you guys shut the Wolverines down.
The defense was actually, they kept us in the game because the Woodland Hills team had the ball several times in the red zone, and they came out of it with nothing. Their kicker, unfortunately for them, was missed some things, but the defense played excellent.
And then a big sack before the half killed the clock.
Killed the clock, big sack. The defensive front played an excellent game. Trayvon Hester, Darian Macklin, those guys inside the interior defense really shut a lot of things down. And our linebacker play was excellent. Defensive backs shut down their receivers. It was just an overall good defensive effort. The defensive coaches put a nice scheme together, and the kids executed. You
mentioned Darian Macklin, and I wanted to bring his name up. At the beginning of the season, Macklin was one of the linebackers, and there were times where he was giving you some more gray hairs, and you got a little frustrated with some of the plays that he did. And you guys tinkered with him, and you moved him up to the defensive front. And as soon as you put him up there as a defensive tackle, he's really blossomed as a defensive football player.
Yeah, he is. He's quick. He has speed. There was a time where he ran down the Woodland Hills quarterback who has speed. And so what happened is that this was an unselfish move by him. He was having some difficulty at linebacker, and he decided and agreed that he could go the defensive tackle, and he's worked very hard at it. So, it's a testimony to the kid doing something, not pouting about the change, and helping out the team.
As in life, we're always works in progress. And,
yes.
And he was able to do that. And as I always tell these kids when they talk about where am I going to play, we're going to do this, I say the coaches will find the spot that you best fit and you're going to work out well for. And it seems like that's what you guys did. And it's really made a big difference in that defense.
It has. It's given us some quickness and explosion. He's very explosive off the ball. And the things that that's happened here with a lot of the kids, that they have been able to move in positions and be unselfish and be team players. And I think that's the key that's been helping us here.
It's also changed the defense a little bit. You went from the 3-4 to the 4-3.
Yes.
Oh, wait, 3-4 to the 4-3.
Right.
Gave you a little more pressure up front there, and the defense has really responded well.
Well, in any situation, you got to play your strengths. And we thought it was the linebackers where we had more kids could play there. However, after some long conversations and looking at the situation, evaluating the players, we felt the 4-3 was best for us.
The Indians 5-4 coming into the playoffs. You guys will be hosting here at Plum the 7-2 Seneca Valley Indians.
Yes.
What have you seen from Seneca Valley? What are you expecting?
They're very good offensively. They have a really smart quarterback who has a command of their offense. He's actually a runner. He has probably 600 yards on the ground, as well as he's an accurate passer. So we have to stop him first.
Is it going to be the same kind of defense that you ran against Woodland Hills last week? You have the good quarterback. You have the guys that are back and run the ball, the speed at the wideouts. You're going to need that same kind of defensive effort.
Similar, but they do run a spread offense, so it puts us in a kind of a different alignment. But however, we need to scheme it up and keep him in check.
Offensively, any big changes against their defense, or you're still just going to go with what you have?
We are asking our offensive line. They got to control the line of scrimmage. We need to control the ball.
How are the Indians looking? You come out injury-wise okay last week?
We have Tyler Windleton, that has a shoulder injury. But however, we believe he'll be fine. Everybody else is pretty fine. Everything's good.
Okay, Tyler, the linebacker.
Yes.
Which is a very good sign for these Indians.
Outside linebacker.
Obviously, it's week to week from here on out. If you want to come back
That's right.
again next week, we gotta, you got to do the job tomorrow night, and
yes.
Hopefully we can get to talk. It's nice to have you back on the show, and hopefully we can get to see you again next week.
There were some things that we were doing in practice, and I was trying to stay focused on what I was doing. Didn't want to shortchange the situation, but I believe Corey Thomas, our offensive coordinator, I'm sure he did a nice job at this thing.
You know, Corey did a fine job, but we know when you come back, it's time for the playoffs. So that gets to be the exciting time of year, and you know, we're looking forward to it. Hopefully the weather's agreeable. The playing conditions are going to be fine. Nice field turf here at Plum, and hopefully the Indians can use that and you know, pull out the win. I mean, was there any thought that, you know what, let's stay in the mud at UHOS McGinley and try to slow with Seneca Valley down?
There was some thought of it. However, best situation was for us to move. That field was in very, the condition towards the middle of the field from the 30 to the 30, it was really atrocious.
Yeah, we've done this a couple of times in the past, so it's not a unique situation here.
That's right.
So, but best of luck to you tomorrow. Thanks for coming out and seeing us and talking with us, and hopefully we get to talk with you again next week.
All right, I appreciate it.
Ron Graham, the head coach of the Penn Hills Indians. Coming up next, it's the WPIAL quarterfinals. The Penn Hills Indians hosting the Indians from Seneca Valley here at Plum High School, and it's coming your way next here on the Penn Hills Indians Football Network. From Plum Mustang High School Stadium tonight, it's round one of the WPIAL playoffs as your Penn Hills Indians take on the Raiders from Seneca Valley High School. A very pleasant good evening to you. I'm Bill Navari. Great to have you along for another exciting night of Penn Hills Indians football. The Indians, the runner-up of the Big East Conference, coming into tonight's contest with a 5-4 record. The Seneca Valley Raiders come in as the third seed from the Quad North Conference with a 7-2 record. Only losses this year. Losses to North Allegheny and Erie McDowell in their conference. Let's say lose a tiebreaker to Erie McDowell, which gets the runner-up position from the Quad North. Non-conference victors for Seneca Valley. They beat Norwin. They beat Fox Chapel. That's it. They got a big conference up there in the north. Only 2 non-conference games.
Hey, how you doing? He's playing at, no, I want to go see.
So the Indian captains are on the field. Indians in the gold helmets, red jerseys, white pants. Seneca Valley in the light powder blue helmets, white jerseys, and powder blue pants. Now show to Corey Jones coming to the near side and the Indian sideline. Tonight's contest moved from UHOS McGinley Stadium to Plum High School as the field conditions at Penn Hills were deemed unplayable for this week, which is unfortunate for the Indians as they did what they needed to do to get themselves a home playoff game. And the game got moved to Plum, but it's probably the shortest trip of any road road game all year. And the Indians will come out to Plum here, but at least they don't have to go to Erie or go on the road to somewhere else. So the Indians will kick off. Seneca Valley will get the ball to start tonight's contest. Seneca Valley, a very prolific passing team as well. So keep an eye on their quarterback as he likes to roll out and try to pick up 5-10 yards at a clip and try to pull up that defense and then start going deep. Well, Corey Jones will kick off to start things out for the Indians. He is waiting for the officials to get the official word here. Clock is running down on the far side at about 1.5 minutes. I don't know if they're going to actually let it run down. Tonight's game is being broadcast on Root Sports, so the TV timeout is underway as the man in the orange vest is on the field. If he's on the field, it means Root Sports is at a TV timeout. They'll hold the game until we get underway here. Winner of tonight's contest will play the winner of tonight's contest of Fox Chapel at North Allegheny. The number 16 seed Foxes against the number 1 seed Tigers. So for all intents and purposes, the winner of this game should face the North Allegheny Tigers, barring a major upset in Quad A playoff action tonight. So again, both teams getting fired up, and they're just waiting for the TV timeout here, which can go in about another 35 seconds.
I'm doing good, thank you. Are you getting it together? Yeah. So Seneca Valley's both the same. What do you get? 5-4.
So the clock winds down, and we're getting ready to get underway here at Plum High School. Jones, the pit recruit, teeing it up at the 40-yard line. And we are underway at Plum. Jones kick high. Taken at the 25-yard line. The Raiders come to the near side and look at it across the 25 to about the 27. Jonathan DeRogie on the return. And Seneca Valley will start at about their own 28-yard line. Indian defense played well last week at Woodland Hills. They're going to need another stellar effort tonight against this Raiders offense. Raider offense led by their quarterback, Jordan Brown, number 2. And they go with the no huddles. Try to spread the Indian defense, and Brown will keep it himself. Looks for somewhere to go, and the Indians are there to close quickly. They'll drop him for a loss of 2. Livingston, Bradley, and Macklin all on the tackle. And Seneca Valley will be looking at about a 2nd down and 11 back at the 27-yard line. Indian defense needing to stay at home tonight to watch the misdirection by Seneca Valley. Brown joined in the backfield by number 32, Forrest Barnes, the 5'10", 175-pound junior, which is off to Brown's left. And Brown will look swing pass left side. Looking for some room to run. Gets by DeMond Reed up the sideline and out of bounds. Close to a 1st down. I think he will have it about the 39-yard line. Jamel Livingston finally forces him out of bounds after the pickup of 11. And that's a 1st down for the Indians. DeMond Reed had an opportunity to keep that a short gain, possibly no gain, but was unable to make the tackle on the far side, and Brown was able to pick up the necessary yardage. Brown in the pocket, throws right side, has a man wide open in the secondary. Blakeman will come in to make the tackle. Ryan Kahn will give the Raiders a 1st down at the Indian 47-yard line. That's a 15-yard pickup for Kahn and another Raider 1st down. Again, Seneca Valley going with the no-huddle offense. Brown, play action, keeps himself, pitches, left side, and the Indians are there. No gain on the play. It'll be Tariq Hester brings down DeRogie, and it'll bring up a 2nd down for the Raiders.
To the back, right now you come down, one of the receivers backs off and becomes the pitch man, and that would be John DeRogie. But Penn Hills defense, that perfect, beautiful scripting of the plays.
Brown from the shotgun, looks left side, he's going to swing it out, yes he does. Pass is there, and it's going to be rolled incomplete. Chaz Whitaker with a big hit on DeRogie. And brings up a 3rd down for the Raiders. Whitaker read that one well. Brown kind of led DeRogie out there to the left. And as the ball got out there, Chaz Whitaker closed quickly and separated DeRogie from the ball. The pass incomplete. Now trips to the left. One receiver to the near side. Brown from the shotgun. Low snap, looks at it a lot of time, tries to throw a screen. It's underneath. The Indians are there, but poor tackling by the Indians. Barnes goes left side. We'll have a 1st down up the sideline. Inside the 20, the 10, the 5, touchdown. Seneca Valley. Forrest Barnes on the screen. Goes 47 yards.
Like in the movies, run, Forrest, run. Yeah.
And Seneca Valley with the early lead.
They don't bring the net tight. Forrest Brown's he catches the edge here, and it's just green grass and high tide. Never up the sideline.
Seneca Valley on to try the point after. Michael Denny, low snap. The kick is up, and the kick is through. 10:05 to go. 1st quarter. Seneca Valley 7, Penn Hills nothing. You are watching the Penn Hills Indians Football Network.
Well, he really did. When he hits the edge, and he knows knows that he's got the edge. He accelerates, and nobody is going to catch him. And that is just... That's the biggest problem you have with such a speed like that. If you don't have a man in a gap, in a lane, filling that lane, and he hits that gap, then you know he just starts out running.
The Raiders go 72 yards in 6 plays. Forrest Barnes, a 47-yard pass from Jordan Brown on a screen pass. The Indians just not doing a job of tackle, and even the secondary were unable to bring Forrest Barnes down. And Seneca Valley gets the early lead on their first possession of the game. So Seneca Valley to kick off. The Indians to get their first opportunity with the football. Short kick picked up by Jones at the 27-yard line. Looks for somewhere to go. Gets across the 35 down to about the 36-yard line. And the Indian offense will take the field. They'll mark the ball at the 35. Jaquan Williams quarterbacking here for the Indians. I think the Indians put the ball into the big hands of Corey Jones. The offense unable to put points on the board last week at Woodland Hills. 2 fake punts. Long runs by Corey Jones got the Indians on the board. Jay Williams will come out from the shotgun, has twins going to the right. That's Salter and Jones. Twins to the near side, Hall and Whitaker. Bailey, the lone setback to Jay Williams left, and it'll be Aaron Bailey for 3 hard yards. And a penalty flag up at about the 47-yard line. Personal foul call is going to go against the Indians. So they'll mark 15 yards off from the end of the play. So instead of a gain of 3, it'll be a loss of 12. And it'll be 2nd down and 22 for the Indians. Salter and Jones left, Hall and Whitaker to the near side. Bailey to Williams right. Low snap. Jay Williams will keep it himself, loses the football, catches it himself, gets across the 30, back across the 35 to the 36-yard line. 12-yard pickup for Jay Williams. And it'll bring up a 3rd down and about 9, a manageable 3rd down for the Indians. The ball popped out of his hands and looked like he just tipped it to himself. And Williams was able to pick up to 12 yards and put the Indians in a 3rd down and 9. Williams, straight drop, throws downfield, has Whitaker open, and Whitaker unable to hold on at the 50-yard line. The ball was in his hands, he was unable to hold on, and it'll bring up a 4th down for the Indians. Play would have been good enough for a 1st down for the Indians.
At Woodland Hills, Corey Jones twice made punts, twice went in for touchdown. That's why Penn Hills is the 8th seed. Here was the 2nd fake. He's got the green light to fake punts.
Corey Jones, the call from the sideline saying that they're missing a man out there. And the Indians are going to use a timeout. Jones called timeout. The ball was snapped. And the officials, fortunately, are giving the Indians the timeout. Jones was saying there's no gunner on the left side of the line. There are 11 guys on the field, but there's some kind of a mix-up.
That really was. I mean, is Corey Jones
on the formation, possibly. Well, timeout on the field, 8:47 to go, first period.
But honestly,
the Indians are trailing the Raiders of Seneca Valley by a score of 7-0.
I was wondering if sometimes
the punt team will come back on. But now there's a TV timeout. 8:47 to go, first quarter. Indians down by 7. You're watching the Penn Hills Indians Football Network. All right, Andy. Glad to see you're okay.
Thanks.
All right. Excuse me. Mom's doing fine. Grandma moved in with her.
Oh, beautiful.
Jones back to punt now for the Indians following the timeout. Again, Jones faking 2 punts last week for touchdowns. Third one to get the Indians out of the end zone and a lot of time. We'll get this one away. We'll take a nice Indian bounce inside the 30. Looks like it will roll inside the 20-yard line and inside the 15. Nice roll by Jones. It'll go dead at the 13-yard line. So Jones with a line drive of a kick. It's a nice roll, and Seneca Valley will start back at their own 13-yard line. Raiders went 6 plays, 72 yards on their opening possession. See if the Indians defense can adjust here. And a beautiful night, early November. It's football weather. Jordan Brown from the shotgun. Will throw, shuttle pass inside. The Indians are there. Darian Macklin and Trayvon Hester. Will drop Forrest Barnes down for a short gain at the 15-yard line. We'll give him a pickup of 2 on the shuffle pass. And Seneca Valley will look at a 2nd down and 8. Again, they go with the no huddle. Play action. Jordan Brown's looking left side, under pressure, throws underneath. The pass complete. Up across the 30, the 40-yard line, inside the, across the 45. Thrown down by Jay Williams is Ryan Kahn at the 47-yard line. It's about 31 yards on the reception and a first down for Seneca Valley. A lot of time for Jordan Brown to throw. He was looking off all his receivers, found Kahn coming across the middle, able to break a tackle and rumble up across the 45 to the 47, pickup of about 31 for the Raiders. And Jordan Brown will call timeout. Oh, penalty flag on the far side of the field. I'm going to say an offsides call against the Indians. So it gives the Raiders a 1st down and 5 in Indian territory at the 48-yard line.
Penn Hills has not helped themselves at all. Penn Hills has had a little bit of problem with, post-whistle fouls and now pre-snap fouls. It's not a good.
Brown with Barnes to his left. 3 receivers to the far side. Kahn to the near side. Looks for Barnes this side. High pass, able to pull it in at the Raider 44-yard line. It'll be thrown out of bounds at about the 47. We'll call it no gain. And it'll bring up a 2nd down. It's still about 5 for the Raiders. Jordan Brown, very smart quarterback there for Seneca Valley. Able to look off his receivers. The Indians just not getting pressure on him at this time. Giving a lot of time to look off his each option. Swing pass, left side. Indians are there. This one will come up for a loss. Chuck Bradley and Chaz Whitaker will bring Troy Witt down back at the Seneca 49-yard line. A loss of about 3 yards. And it'll bring up a 3rd down and about 8 for Seneca Valley. Straight drop for Brown, looking over the middle. Has a man to pass wide open is Witt inside the 40. 1st down at the 36-yard line. 13 yards on the reception.
I really like watching Jordan Brown.
And a 1st down for Seneca Valley. Jordan Brown just standing in that pocket with time to spare, checking off all his options. He found the open receiver coming across the middle. Was able to connect and pick up the 1st down. Clock stops for a moment while they set the sticks. Now running at 6:40 to go here in the opening period. Seneca Valley up by 7, looking for more. Brown again with time. Pressure from Donovan Murray. Brown was flushed to the near side. Has a man down the sideline. The pass. Will spin down to about the 13-yard line. Is Jonathan DeRogie. Caught with the pass down to the 13-yard line, a pickup of 23. The pass was just over the hands of Blakeman, and DeRogie was able to pull it in and pull it in for the completion. Pitch to Barnes, left side, looking for somewhere to go. Breaks a couple of tackles, gets inside the 5, down to about the 2-yard line. Pickup of 11, it'll be first and goal for the Raiders. Down about the 2-yard line. Indian defense just not tackling right now. And Seneca Valley able to move the football.
Anywhere outside, there's every opportunity for him to take it in for 6.
Brown says Witt in motion to the right side. It'll be Barnes on the delay, right up the middle into the end zone for the Seneca Valley touchdown. 2 yards, 6 points. Seneca Valley extends the lead. Forrest Barnes, his second touchdown of the quarter. And Seneca Valley is making this look easy.
Follow the big hogs coming around that says D-Hart, that's Kevin Locke. Nate Piedmont, all coming off the ball.
They go 87 yards in 8 plays, do the Raiders. Kick is up, kick is through, and the point is good. 5:53 to go, first quarter. Seneca Valley 14, Penn Hills nothing. You are watching the Penn Hills Indians Football Network. A little over midway through the opening quarter, the Indians behind the 8 ball, down by 14 to a very good Seneca Valley Raider team. We're on a TV timeout on the Root Sports side. Now the Indian offense is going to need to try to put something together here. They don't get points. They need to go more than 3 and out.
It's not where we are, where the game is supposed to be. Then we take you all the way up north to Seneca Valley. That is where Seneca Valley High School is. That is well north of the city. And they're going to make the journey back over to Plum, neighboring district to Penn Hills. And that is where the game is. We told you about the field conditions over Penn Hills High School on that natural grass field. So we are here in this beautiful turf stadium at Plum High School.
So back from the TV timeout here at Plum High School. Indians trailing Seneca Valley by a score of 14-0. Seneca Valley making it look easy on both of their possessions here in the opening quarter. 47-yard pass to Forrest Barnes, and then Barnes a 2-yard run. Seneca Valley 72-yard drive in their opening possession, and 87-yard on this last one, and they are up by 14. The Indians have run 3 offensive plays and have 15 total yards of offense against Seneca Valley. Seneca Valley's kick high. Back towards Godfrey, stepping in front of it is Savon Salter. Salter across the 25, and that's about it. Salter with a nice return. They noticed that Corey Jones was up on the return team, so they kicked it deep. Salter was able to pick it up, haul it in, and get the ball out to the 25-yard line. Jay Williams, quarterback for the Indians, 0 of 1 passing. Had one to Chaz Whitaker, dropped, which would have been an Indian first down, forcing the Indians to come on and punt. Also a personal foul by Chaz Whitaker during that drive to set the Indians back deep in their own territory. Don Pizzuto, the center, gets it off to Williams, hands off to Aaron Bailey, who will get up across to the 29-yard line, pick up a 4. Excuse me, it was Corey Jones. It'll be a 2nd down and 6 for the Indians. Clock running under 5.5 to go here in the opening quarter. Indians trying to mix things up a little bit, having Jones in the backfield. Eric Godfrey also joining Jones on each side of Jay Williams. It'll be pitched to Jones, near side, looking for someone to go. Gets across the 30-yard line. Seneca Valley does a nice job to hold him to a short gain out to about the 32-yard line. Joseph Duggan on the tackle. 3 yards for Jones. It'll bring up a 3rd down and about 3. Smiley Malik Blakeman on the sideline with his helmet off. Also see him in at tailback for the Indians, where Corey Jones is at the moment. Indians knowing they need to try to get something going here. Direct snap to Jones. He'll be brought down, wrapped up for a big loss back at the 25-yard line. Carson Kessler will drop him for a loss of 8. And the Indians will have a 4th down and 9.
Really, I don't know how you call it that. The guy plays all positions. But takes the pitch, or the snap back, and Carson Kessler sees it.
It looked like Seneca Valley was waiting for that one. Kessler was able to get in and get to Jones before he was able to pick up any speed. And Corey Jones will come on to punt. Low snap. Jones gets the kick away. Nice kick. And we'll get a nice roll inside the 25-yard line. Slows down, goes inside the 20. Jones with another beauty of a punt. Puts Seneca Valley down at their own 16-yard line with 3:33 to go here in the opening quarter. So now after the Indians on their 2nd 3-and-out. Indian defense needs to come up with some plays here to try to get Seneca Valley off the field. Jordan Brown, 9 of 10 passing so far here in quarter number 1. Has Forrest Barnes to his left, who has both Seneca Valley touchdowns here in the opening quarter. Brown, straight drop, flushed out of the pocket, comes to the near side, and throws this one to nobody. And a penalty flag will come in back at the 7-yard line. Pressure by Trayvon Hester.
That may well be. You know what? I can understand. You're Jordan Brown and you're back there. You want to throw the ball, and all of a sudden you see number 5.
It is an intentional grounding call.
290 pounds of Trayvon Hester coming on you. You just might want
We're going to mark half the distance of the goal from the 7-yard line. The sack will count. So now Seneca Valley backed up to their own 4-yard line. Trayvon Hester finally able to get some pressure in on Jordan Brown, who stands in his own end zone. Barnes to his left. Brown looking over the middle, pass out to Barnes on the screen. Indians are there. Barnes able to break the first tackle, but Trayvon Hester will come in and drop him at about the 6-yard line. Pickup of about 2, maybe 3 yards. And Trayvon Hester's waking up.
I'll be the guy here. Right here, we got to look at Jordan Brown dropping back, dumping off underneath the 4s.
A pickup of about 3. We'll call it at the 7-yard line.
Nice job.
Brown will send twins to the near side. Barnes to his right. Single receiver to the left. Jordan Brown, he's pitches the pass just as he's hit, and the Indians will close. Witt will haul in a short little shuffle pass for no gain. Mel Livingston and Hester putting pressure on Jordan Brown. And it'll bring up a 4th down for Seneca Valley. Seneca Valley now punting from their own end zone. The Indians should get some decent field position out of the defensive stand. High snap. Indians are there. Punter goes down and nothing called. Takes an Indian bounce inside the 20, rolls inside the 15. It'll go dead at the 15-yard line. This will be about an 8-yard punt. Indians put the pressure on Seneca Valley on the punt. They did get the kick away, but it took an Indian bounce back to the 15-yard line. They're going to mark it at the 16. They didn't touch that until they got to the 15-yard line. Either way, the Indians have great field position at the 16. Now is an opportunity the Indians need to capitalize upon. .152 remains here in the opening quarter. The Indians with the ball at the 16. Williams will drop back in the shotgun. Bailey deep. Eric Godfrey to Williams right. And it'll be Bailey looking for somewhere to go. The hole closes quickly, tries to get to the outside. Hester's out there blocking. Gets inside the 15 down to the 14-yard line. Picks up 2, does Aaron Bailey. And the Indians looking at a 2nd down and 8. Chaz Whitaker splits to the left. Bailey deep. Godfrey sidecar to the left of Williams. Williams rolls to the left, looks into the end zone, has Chaz Whitaker wide open, touchdown Penn Hills. Chaz Whitaker hauls in the pass. He was wide open in the back of the end zone, and the Indians with an opportunity now to cut the lead in half. It looked like Williams was going to keep it on an option to the near side. Stepped up, threw the ball with Whitaker breaking wide open over the middle. And Peter Gola will try the point after. The kick is up. And the kick is through. 1:06 to go, first quarter. Seneca Valley 14, Penn Hills 7. You are watching the Penn Hills Indians Football Network. Scoring drive for the Indians, 2 plays, 16 yards. Chaz Whitaker, the 14-yard pass from Jay Williams. Indians took advantage of the shanked punt of Seneca Valley. And Corey Jones will kick this one off, and it'll be taken at the 12-yard line. DeRogie looking for somewhere to go. Has a big hole across the 40. Has Jones to beat inside the 45. The Indians will close, and a nice return by DeRogie gives Seneca Valley great field position at the Indian 36-yard line. Oh my, what a response to the Indian touchdown. Jonathan DeRogie took that one, cut to the right, and the Indian kicking team just did not make the tackles, and he was able to get out to the 36-yard line. And finally, Corey Jones, the last man to beat, brought him down to save the touchdown. But Seneca Valley now with great field position of their own at the Indian 36. Barnes to the 35 will pick up 1. Trayvon Hester. Oh, Trey Hester, after his first 2 possessions of Seneca Valley, has arisen. Barnes again up the middle with a big hole into the secondary. Ball is loose. It's recovered by Seneca Valley. Chaz Whitaker just popped Barnes. Separated him from the ball, but an alert play by Seth DeHart of Seneca Valley. He's able to fall on it. Officially a pickup of about 3 yards. It'll be 2nd down and 6. Clock stopped for a moment with 57 seconds to go. I'm not sure why the clock is stopped. Oh, equipment. Darian Macklin tying the shoes. And that will allow the quarter to wind down here. After one period of play, the score, Seneca Valley 14, Penn Hills 7. You are watching the Penn Hills Indians Football Network. Second quarter action about to get underway once the TV timeout from Root Sports ends. With the score, Seneca Valley 14, Penn Hills 7. The Raiders with the ball at the Indian 32-yard line. Third down and about 6. You're wondering how we know there's a man in an orange vest about the 31-yard line. There he is. If he's out on the field, doesn't mean that he wants to play, although he may want to play. That means Roots on a commercial timeout, and the officials must honor that. I think some of the officials are getting a little impatient. Well, Malik Blakeman getting the ankle taped up on the bench on the near sideline. It looks like Smiley is questionable on a return. A sprained ankle, and not a good sign for the Indians. Also, a big part of that Indian defense is that Malik Blakeman. Call him Smiley. Now, back to live action here. First play of quarter number 2. Swing past the Barnes. Right side looks for somewhere to go. Indians are there, but he'll have the first down and more up across the 25. Down to about the 21-yard line. Pickup of about 11 on the pass to Barnes. And that's a first down for Seneca Valley, who comes quickly to the line. Again, they run the no huddle. Seneca Valley getting the play call from the sideline. They use poster boards to send in the signals. Barnes up the middle has a hole. Tariq Hester will drop him at the 16 after a pickup of 5. And Seneca Valley is second down and 5. Sometime during this game, Bob, we got to try to get a shot of those poster boards on the far side of the field. You see about the 32 over there? Brown looking for someone to go. Looks like it might have been a broken play. He'll dive ahead close to the 11-yard line. He'll be near the first down, depending on the spot. He may have it. And according to the officials, he's going to be just short. We're giving him a pickup of 4. It'll be third down and less than a yard. And there's a shot of the poster boards. Using symbology over there. They bobble the snap. The ball is loose, and Barnes falls on it at the 16-yard line. It was an opportunity there for the Indians. Trayvon Hester did not see that the ball had come out. It'll be a loss of 4 for Barnes on the fumble, and it's a fourth down now for Seneca Valley. They'll bring on the field goal unit to try to get 3 out of this field position. Seneca Valley will set it up for about a 33-yard field goal. I'm going to set up to about a 33-yard field goal. Michael Denny, Indians Football Network.
survived the first season, Wolf, and now you're into the second season, and no matter what you are,
Seneca Valley taking advantage of the great field position at the 36-yard line. Unable to put it in the end zone, but they do get 3 points to extend the leads to 10. 17-7. Corey Jones now deep for the Indians. See if Seneca Valley squibs it now. Understandably, nobody wants to kick it to Corey Jones. Oh, but Seneca Valley will. Jones from the 10-yard line. Trying to find a lane, has a hole, cuts to the near side, and has a nice return across the 35 to about the 36-yard line. Always dangerous is Corey Jones when he gets his hands on the football. Now the Indian offense, after finally getting a first down, Chaz Whitaker passed to Chaz Whitaker on the touchdown, and is actually the Indians' first down, and only first down of the half. 2 3-and-outs, and that was their second play of that drive, which netted them the 14-yard touchdown pass after taking the shanked punt at the 16. Bailey shifts to the right. Williams keeps it himself. Picks up a couple, breaks some tackles, tries to get back to the outside, and will be stacked up and will actually lose a yard. And Williams cut back to try to pick up more yardage after having about 4-yard gain. He ended up being dropped for a loss of about a yard.
The curl comes over the top, and the guy pops out the other end. You wonder, how did he manage to stay on his board? Well, how did Williams manage to stay on his feet? But unfortunately for him, it cost him.
Clock rolling under 9 minutes to go here in the first half. Seneca Valley 17, Penn Hills 7. Williams looks like he's going to run the option. Swings it to the near side. The pass tipped. Bailey, nice job hauling it in. It gets across the 40-yard line. Nice gain for Bailey out to the 42, a pickup of 7. And Aaron Bailey with the tip drill, able to pick up some positive yardage for the Indians. Picks up 7. It's 3rd down and 4 now for your Indians.
Sitting over there going, hey, Aaron, put it away.
Yeah. Well, he had the one-handed catch, and that was nice, but from that point on, tuck it away. Yeah. Right? So good game nonetheless, and it's going to be 3rd and 4 here for Penn Hills.
Williams will roll to his left. Looking downfield, has Jones open, goes that way, and the pass unable to be hauled in by Whitaker, who was behind Jones at the 35-yard line, incomplete, and it'll be 4th down and 4 for the Indians. Jones will stay on to punt, the always dangerous Corey Jones. Jason Ingram will split off to the left for the Indians. High snap. Jones hauls it in, looks for somewhere to go. Tries to cut in, get to the outside corner. Jones will have the first down on the fake punt. Gets out across the 45 to about the 48-yard line. And Jones able to haul in the extra point. And what are they going to say? They're going to say Jones went out of bounds at the 45-yard line and give the ball to Seneca Valley. Oh my, Seneca Valley has it at the Indian 45. Jones made it up across the 45 out at the 48. Seneca Valley on the reverse. The Indians were there, and it would wind up as a loss of 1 instead of a loss of about 6. Whitaker will finally drop Troy Witt down at the 47-yard line, a loss of 2. Trayvon Hester also in on the tackle.
Corey Jones, if you are going to run a fake punt, if you're going to go for that first down, you got to know where it's at. You got to get there.
Brown throws underneath the pass, almost intercepted by Jay Williams. Read the play nicely, and we're going to Witt, but Williams unable to pick it off, and it drops harmlessly for an incomplete pass. 3rd down and about 11 or 12 for the Seneca Valley Raiders. Brown will go start getting happy feet back there. You might start feeling the pressure of the Indians' rush. And now 3rd and long for Seneca Valley. Throwback this way, and the pass incomplete. Indians were there on the coverage. Oliver Philogene, even if he had caught the ball, he would have been dropped at the spot, and actually would have been a loss of about 5. So it was better served for Seneca Valley that the ball did, in fact, fall incomplete. Seneca Valley now comes on to punt for the first time. Jones and Salter back for the Indians. Low snap. Robin Hall almost gets to them. Corey Jones makes the fair catch call and unable to hold on to it. Seneca Valley has it at the 24-yard line. So Seneca Valley gets a new possession at the 24-yard line. A rare mistake by Jones sets Seneca Valley up at the 24. Brown pitches it to Barnes, near side, gets away from one man. Gets inside the 15, inside the 10. 1st and goal. Seneca Valley at the 8-yard line, 16-yard pickup for Barnes. And it's a 1st and goal, Seneca Valley.
There is. You just cannot coach speed because here, you got Forrest Barnes, you got Chuck Bradley is right there in position making, but Forrest Barnes just runs by him, then turns north-south and even goes sideways while heading north and south.
Barnes will be down to about the 7-yard line. No gain. Kind of lost his footing there, did Barnes. And brings up a 2nd down and goal for the Indians. Barnes shifts to the right. It will be Barnes up the middle to about the 6-yard line, maybe a yard. Donovan Murray comes out to make the tackle for the Indians, and it'll be 3rd down and goal for Seneca Valley from the 5-yard line. Just outside the 5 at about the 6. Clock running, approaching 6 minutes to go here in the quarter. Big stand here for the Indians. They already trail by 10. Brown wants to swing towards the end zone, and pass thrown behind Witt. Chuck Bradley on the coverage, and well played by Bradley. And it brings up a 4th down for Seneca Valley. It looks like they're going to keep the offense on. No, they will bring on the field goal unit. In essence, will be about a long extra point. Seneca Valley already a 34-yard field goal. This one will be from 24. Kick up, and the kick is through. 5:54 to go. First half, Seneca Valley 20, Penn Hills 7. You are watching the Penn Hills Indians Football Network. Following the Seneca Valley field goal, the Indians return team taking the field. 17-yard drive for the Raiders. The 24-yard field goal is good. They extend the lead to 20-7. Seneca Valley sets up for the kickoff. See if they kick it off to Jones. They will kick it that way. Jones from the 16-yard line. Looks for lane. Gets to the outside. Has a corner across the 40. Seneca Valley closes. Have a nice return, does Corey Jones, out across the 45-yard line. Gonna mark him at the 45. And a nice return by Corey Jones. And the Indians offense now with another opportunity to respond. The Indian offense 1 first down here in the half. They're going to need to do better than that if they're going to cut this lead down. They're trailing by 13 with 5:47 to go here in the first half. Trayvon Hester to Williams left. Williams throws downfield to nobody but the Raiders. Picked off. DeRogie up the sideline looking for some blocks. DeRogie across the 30. Inside the 25. Knocked out of bounds close to the 20-yard line. And Seneca Valley in position once again. Seneca Valley at the 20-yard line. I don't know what happened on that one. Maybe somebody ran the wrong pattern, but Williams got rid of that one, and there was about 6 Raiders in the area, no Indians. DeRogie hauled it in and returned it back to the 20-yard line, and Seneca Valley in position again. Barnes looking for some room, hit at the 20-yard line. Both Hesters, and finally finished off by Jamel Livingston for no gain. Barnes again down to about the 16, picks up about 4. Tariq Hester comes up to make the tackle, and it'll be third down. And there's an injured Indian not on the field. Let's take a timeout. 4:56 to go, first half. Seneca Valley 20, Penn Hills 7. Raiders knocking on the door. You're watching the Penn Hills Indians Football Network. Tyler Wendleton, the injured Indian, comes off the field under his own power. And third down for the Raiders. Brown, shuffle pass inside. The Indians are there. Hester will drop DeRogie down for a loss back at the 17-yard line. And Seneca Valley will bring on the field goal unit once again. This one from be about 33 yards. So the Indian defense doing its job after Seneca Valley getting good field position. Seneca trying their third straight field goal. 3 times they've gotten the Indians ball, or got possession in Indian territory. This one will be from 35. High snap. The kick is up. And the kick is good. 35-yard field goal extends the Seneca Valley lead. 4:03 to go. First half, Seneca Valley 23, Penn Hills 7. You are watching the Penn Hills Indians Football Network. Seneca Valley, following the interception, only gets 3 yards of offense, but they get 3 points to extend their lead to 16 over the Indians, 23-7. 4:03 remains here in half number 1. The Indian offense, again, 1 first down thus far. Indians 2 turnovers in the half, an interception and a fumble. Jones from the 16-yard line looking for a lane, goes up the middle, spins across the 33 to the 34-yard line. The Indians will take over there. And the Indian offense now in a deep hole, looking to try to get something going here before the half ends.
Franklin game, my buddy's son's playing. I'll see you. Enjoy yourself up here.
Indians do get the ball to start half number 2. And Penn Hills will send trips to the left. Jones, lone setback behind Whitaker. Whitaker was up under centers. Now a pitch to Jones, who's looking for somewhere to go. And Jones, who should have been dropped for a big loss, will get across the 40 to the 41-yard line for a pickup of 6.
Now that was an interesting 7-yard run. You don't see many runs of only 7 yards.
It'll be second down and 4 for the Indians. Jones had the pitch come to the near side. Saw a sea of powder blue and white. Cut it back to the left, got a couple of blocks, and did a nice job to pick up the 6 yards. Whitaker takes a snap, looks near side, has the pass complete. It'll be Chaz Whitaker at the 45-yard line. He's going to be close to first. They're going to give him the 46 for a pickup of 5. Nice spot there for the Indians. They'll have their second first down of the half out at the 46-yard line. And looking at the Root Sports replay, the Indians did get a fortunate spot on that one. I think it still would have been a first down. The marker, the line of game was at the 45. The ball was at the 45-yard line, but they gave him the extra half yard. And there was no doubt about it there and didn't need the measurement. Williams keeps it himself. A penalty flag comes in. Gets out to the 49-yard line, a potential pickup of about 3. But the penalty flag back at the 42 usually means it's going to be holding. And that's what it is. It's going to be holding back at the 42-yard line. It's going to be a loss of about 14 yards on the penalty as they mark it from the spot. And the Indians will be looking at a second down at about 24. And he's up to the line on 1st and 24. Williams from the shotgun takes the snap. Looks, throws over the middle, and a pass picked off. Third turnover of the half for the Indians. Seneca Valley has it with 2:07 to go at the Penn Hills 35-yard line. Bradley Greasock with the interception, and there's an injured Indian back. It looks like it's Jay Williams at the 17-yard line. 2:07 to go first half. The Indians down by 16. Seneca Valley looking to extend that lead. You're watching the Penn Hills Indians Football Network. Jay Williams runs off the field under his own power. Good sign for the Indians, but the Indians defense back on the field. Jordan Brown, straight drop, looks, throws over the middle, and a pass incomplete. Tariq Hester dropped back into coverage. The pass was intended for Barnes. Almost an interception for Hester. The pass incomplete. It'll be second down and 10 for the Raiders.
Brown throws underneath the pass, almost picked off. Chuck Bradley almost had 6 for the Indians. Indians are starting to read those swing passes, and it'll bring up a 3rd down and 10. The Indians' defense has been playing well. The problem is the Seneca Valley offense has been getting the ball in Penn. Well played by Seneca Valley on the screen, but the holding call at the 27 will mark this one back. It'll remain 4th down, in essence, a loss of about 4 yards. And this time, Seneca Valley will bring the punt team on. A break for the Indians, as the penalty cost 7 points for Seneca Valley, as they would have been able to extend their lead even further. But now the Indian offense may have an opportunity. Chaz Whitaker back for the Indians at his own 10-yard line. Seneca Valley gets the kick away. Will bounce at the 15-yard line, inside the 10 and out of bounds at the 8. So the Indians backed up at their own goal line with 1:32 to go in the half. We'll see if the Indians try to get anything going here to try to get some points before the half expires. As they do get the ball to start half number 2, any points here for the Indians would be big. Unsportsmanlike conduct call against Seneca Valley will get the Indians out of the shadow of their goal line. A 10-yard penalty will mark it up to the 18-yard line. I don't know exactly what Seneca Valley did, but the unsportsmanlike conduct call was made, and it moves the Indians out 15 yards to the 23-yard line. Oh, something was said. Bailey out to the 24-yard line. I think Seneca Valley is going to use a timeout. Seneca Valley will use one of their timeouts and trying to get the ball back here before the half. They can try to put some more points on the board. Indian offense comes to the field. Hey, you know, if you got timeouts and you're on the defense at this point, use them. But now the Indians got to understand Seneca Valley is going to use the timeouts. They need to pick up at least a first down here. If they're going to just try to kill the clock, they need to at least get a first down to take it to the locker room. And if they're going to go for the first down, they might as well try to go for 6. Jay Williams from the shotgun. Roll to his left, looks downfield, has Salter near the sideline, and a pass picked off at the 34-yard line. Ryan McCauley out of bounds at the 34. Seneca Valley has it with 1:18 to go. And once again in Indian territory. Indian defense is going to be asked to come up big once again as Seneca Valley has 78 seconds with which to work. They're going to try to extend their 16-point lead. As much as Seneca Valley has dominated this game, the Indians just 2 scores down. Seneca Valley shuffle pass almost into the arms of Darian Macklin. One yard loss on the shuffle pass, second down and 11 for Seneca Valley. Again, Darian Macklin almost shuffle passed that right to him. Brown will roll to his right with Barnes, gets the pitch. Indians are there. Barnes tries to get to the outside, will lose another 2 yards. Chuck Bradley comes in to finish off the play. Leon Franklin also in on the tackle. And it'll be third down and 13. Clock stops as the ball went out of bounds with 47.7 seconds to go. Brown tries to set up the screen, and the Indians were there. But the pass incomplete brings up a fourth down. Ball at the 43-yard line. I'm sure Seneca Valley will probably go for it. With this late, Indians are going to suspect that they punt. Seneca Valley will call a timeout and talk about it with 44.5 seconds to go before halftime. 4th and 13 for the Raiders. Again, after their first 2 possessions, the Seneca Valley offense has been pretty much stymied. They've gotten 3 straight field goals. That's because they've gotten the ball deep in Penn Hills territory. They've gotten a field goal with a possession at the Penn Hills 36-yard line, the Penn Hills 24, and the Penn Hills 20. They had a possession at the Penn Hills 35, wound up punting as the defense came up big. Now the Indian defense has to come up big once again following the Indians' 4th turnover of the half, 3rd interception by Jay Williams. And Seneca Valley will come to the line. They will go for it on 4th down. Brown, play action, drops up the sideline. Bradley on the coverage, and the pass thrown way inside. Witt was the intended receiver. Not even close. They will turn the ball over on downs. The interception does not cost the Indians. They will get the ball with 39 seconds to go.